on today's wrestling news, are the Elite set to reunite soon?
Mercedes becomes 14 belts Mone, sort of.
CM Punk is literally having the time of his life in WWE.
And AEW has heavy interest in indie standouts.
I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Phil Chambers.
And this is the news. So obviously everybody right now is speculating on the Elite reuniting.
I know I am.
And, well, there's been a heap of teasers for that happening surrounding the whole $1 million match that goes down at Full Gear with the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander on one side and Kenny Omega and his best friend Jack Perry and Luchasaurus on the other. But obviously the way this is played out and the tease last night on Dynamite, I'm like, will they join the Don Callis family? No. They're going to reunite with the Elite. That is anticipated. And Sean Ross Sapp sort of confirmed as much on a Fightful Select Q&A thing. Do feel a bit sorry for Sean with some of the questions that he has to answer. But this is a legitimate one. Someone writes, do you think the Elite are going to be united again? I really do miss them being together. Maybe Kenny can become a part-time manager for them. I think it would add a lot of AEW excitement. And Sean wrote, I do. Kenny Omega will still wrestle here and there, but he faces so many health issues that it's impressive he's able to stay in the shape he does. I think the Young Bucks downfall has been the catalyst for a babyface turn. They had to be humbled after that Elite VP run before they were babyfaces again. Now AEW is so loaded on the heel side with the Death Riders, Don Callis family, the Ops, and MJF back soon. He seems to think that, a reunion is on the cards, which, I think a lot of people would be happy about.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, like, it was always going to happen, obviously. Like, the Elite are a story that will never, ever, ever end. But it's been long enough now, I feel. Like, they've all gone off and done various different things to varying degrees of quality. But I think it's about time where kind of the landscape's right. I think it would be sort of a nice, not nostalgia thing, but like a new sort of refresh of all of them, really. I think, bringing them back together again.
The Broke Books run, as Sean says, was kind of necessary because I don't think if they were just like, right, we're not baddies anymore now, people were like, no, you're arseholes.
Yeah, it would have been a bit much.
You need to be humbled a bit, and they were hesitant to hit Kenny Omega with the BTE trigger yesterday on Dynamite. I don't know why anyone thought it was a good idea to tease their answer before the pay-per-view, because what if they'd have said, we're not joining the Don Callis family, then why would they partner with Josh Alexander at the weekend? Doesn't matter. $1 million is on the line. I hope Richasaurus, as he's been dubbed here at WhatCulture, wins that match again and starts making it rain whilst Jack Perry's just like, no, I'll just whittle stuff in the woods, thanks very much. But I think it is also kind of necessary. Kenny Omega is such a weird spot to try and book because obviously in an ideal world, he'd be in and around the world title picture whenever you can because he's absolutely sensational.
Yep.
But it's also difficult to say like, don't do anything with him because this isn't like an injury or just a lack of enthusiasm or anything like that. Like diverticulitis and all the multitude of health issues that he suffered. Sid was kind of explaining this to me yesterday on the Dynamite preview, or reiterating it, I should say, the fact that it's not even a case of like, right, go off for 6 months, get well and come back. It could be a case where he feels really good one day and the next day feels like absolute trash. It sounds horrible whatever he's going through. And it's not a case of, time will just heal all this. It's unfortunately the world we live in with Kenny Omega trying to be booked right now. Like, the Carl Fletcher match was held off because they're like, well, wait till he's a bit better for that. It's like, we don't know when and that ever is going to happen again. Yeah,
and Kenny being the level of performer that he is, he wouldn't want to book himself into something, build to something that he then feels he wouldn't be able to deliver on.
Yeah. The Andrade thing's is separate.
Yeah, that's a very different issue.
Put that back on the shelf for about a year.
That's a very different issue. But he just wouldn't want to be in that position to sort of let people down or disappoint people. So it's one of the most frustrating things about AEW at the minute is what they can do with Kenny Omega. But it's
the fact that Kenny Omega, even at like 20%, is still jaw-dropping.
It's still incredible. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. So it's one of the things is just you want him to be well more than anything.
Yeah.
Rather than just trying to go out there and kill himself while he's dying inside.
Yeah, and whilst I'd like to see him do other things, like I know Sid is frustrated with the whole Elite saga rolling on yet again.
Yeah.
Like this is just a nice thing for him to do whilst this is happening to him health-wise and. Fun new direction for the Bucks.
Let us know in the comments. Do you want to see it? Do you not want to see it? Let us know. But speaking of AEW, last night was a big AEW Dynamite Collision 3-hour show thingamajiggy. And Mercedes Mone has won another belt to most definitely become 14 belts Mone, right? So she's added another belt to her collection. She was fighting for the Ring of Honor Women's TV Championship. She beat Red Velvet in a unification match, was it technically? But anyway, we'll get there. So she's got 14 belts now, definitely. Or, yeah, has she? No, definitely. I'm going to read out all the 14 belts, and I'll let you decide whether one of these stands out as not really being a real thing.
Yes, I have something to say on this.
So she has the AEW TBS Championship, the AEW Women's Owen Hart Cup Championship, which again is a little bit like
not a title you defend, yeah.
The CMLL Women's Championship, the Rev Pro Undisputed British Women's Championship, the EWA Women's Championship, the Primetime Wrestling Women's Championship, the Best Ya Women's Championship, the Discovery Wrestling Scottish Women's Championship, the Body Slam Women's Championship, the Interim Ring of Honor Women's Championship, the Interim Ring of Honor Women's TV Championship, the Ring of Honor Women's TV Championship, the WPW Women's Championship, and the APAC Women's Championship. Definitely 14 belts there, right?
Well, I was just thinking as you were talking there, you know when wrestlers talk about like when they're the champion and they have to go on flights and check belts in. That must be a nightmare.
Yeah. This is the middle of my bag.
Anything to declare? Yeah, we'll be here a while. We're maybe getting slightly ahead of ourselves. I will say this with this whole story.
It is early days.
Because like, we don't know for sure that she's going to carry on both belts. But I will say, AEW have got a history of this.
They really do.
Because technically, I don't get into the whole Owen Hart Cup tournament thing not being a belt that ever gets defended on television except for yearly, so that's not... Anyway, doesn't matter. Technically, she's still 13 belts, Mone, because she's gone from interim champion, which is a title that they give to someone when the champion is otherwise engaged, to undisputed champion.
Mm-hmm.
However...
But she physically has 14 belts.
She does, and if... she goes down the route of Sammy Guevara, I might explode. Because I was one of the first people to say, I thought the interim title stuff that they introduced years ago, this was when Cody was champion. I'm fairly certain, we were talking about this before we went on air, I'm fairly certain they first introduced it because Cody had COVID, so they're like, right, we'll crown an interim TNT champion, and then we'll do a unification match when he comes back. And then Sammy, I think, won that match, and then walked around being like, hey, 2 belts. No, 1 belt. 1 belt, because the other one was just like, it was just like a placeholder to say, like, you're the next contender. You're the champion whilst the champion's not here. But, so she's not 14 belts. I worked out what this is. This is walking around with the Money in the Bank briefcase after you've won the world title. You've cashed it in, you won the world title, you're like, so much money in the bank. No, you're not. No, you're not, because it's a means to an end, innit?
Yeah.
Anyway, again, I could just be getting wound up about nothing here. I had a row with the wonderful, well, not a row even. I just spoke to Andrew Pollard this morning and went, well, she's not 14 belts, so she's still 13. She could become 14. Statlander at the weekend at Full Gear, obviously. Yeah. She wouldn't be 15 belts then, though, would she?
We'll have to wait and see, because she might just carry it around for the sake of carrying it around.
What we're going to include next? Oh, she's got one to hold up her trousers. 15 belts. I mean, I know a lot of people get wound up about this gimmick for different reasons online.
Yeah, I think it's fun in general, but the interim title thing is a bit dumb. If they keep on going, there's time. They might get rid of it next week.
I want to find the interim championship for all the other belts to double the amount of belts, please.
That is true.
I saw people getting annoyed as well about her beating Red Velvet, and if you're a Red Velvet fan, I think she's really talented as well. I understand that. But it would be proper weird for her to be like, I've lost one of my belts just before the big match where she's fighting for the world title at the weekend. So I get that. And I understand, like, whoa, Statlander should have cost her. Well, I don't think it really needed that. Like, Stat wants to defend the world title against her rather than just like, yeah, I screwed you out of, no offense, but the ROH TV title.
Yeah, it's not quite the same.
But she's not the interim champion anymore. I'm just going to say it. Again, could be getting annoyed about nothing. Probably am. But
it's happened before.
Just watch it, you. Anyway, let's switch gears now and talk about a man who's never divisive. CM Punk.
Never.
He's apparently having the time of his life in WWE, Phil. He was making an appearance on WGN News in Chicago. WGN News, all your local Chicago news.
Probably.
I've never been to Chicago. I'd love to. No, I have. We have. We went to Chicago together. The airport for a change of when we were going to LA.
Yeah, probably. Terrible airport, but there is a dinosaur in it.
You went to All In.
I did go to All In.
Yeah. Anyway, they got WWE heading back to Chicago for Elimination Chamber, which please let CM Punk win it. What do you mean? He's world champion. No. Drop that belt. Have him face Cody for the proper belt. Yeah, they're heading back there.
For a proper main event of Mania, too.
They're heading back there in February for Elimination Chamber at the United Center, and he's there promoting the event and was talking about how much fun basically he's having in WWE, saying, this run, it's tremendous. I'm literally having the time of my life, and I think that resonates. I think you can see it. This, the World Heavyweight Championship, is an unexpected treat. Obviously, I'm older, I'm more mature. I feel like I get it now. I feel like the weight of this title, it isn't so heavy, but I have more of an understanding now. This is part of the job. I know someday this is all going to be over, so I'm really just enjoying it. Now, that's lovely to hear. I'm glad he's having a great time.
He's only been doing it for 25 years, but
Indeed.
He gets it now.
Yeah. I get it. It is a little bit me that misses the chaos of Grumpy CM Punk.
Yeah, I absolutely miss the chaos of Grumpy CM Punk. Grumpy CM Punk is far more entertaining than having a nice time being a nice person, CM Punk.
But it is, I mean, this is sort of, we're coming up on the anniversary of him, 2 years now in WWE?
Yeah. And
by
all means, he's been very well behaved backstage.
He has.
Which is very disappointing.
Yeah, a little peek behind the curtain. We had quite a few bets in the office about how this was going to go. But yeah, it all seems to have worked out for both parties, which is...
I do enjoy it that it's a very CM Punk move to be that when you finally sort of get it together and stop having fights and things backstage, it's to spite another company.
Yeah. It's all spite.
I'll be nice at spite, just to show that AEW people that it wasn't me after all. It was them.
It is interesting as well, because I think, when he went back, people were like, how's that going to work? Are WWE going to do something that pisses him off? Is he going to do something that pisses WWE off? This is kind of last chance for him. I mean, never say never. He's probably going to end up back in AEW one day. But anyway. And then I think the big concern was when that injury happened in the Rumble. And it was like, uh-oh, he's missing WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And when he's sat at home with an injury, doesn't usually bode well, but obviously that worked sensationally. We had that amazing moment at WrestleMania with the Damian Priest cash-in and Drew McIntyre. In my opinion, Punk had the feud of the year last year with Drew McIntyre.
Yeah,
he's won the world title twice this year. Slightly longer run, the second one. But yeah, how do you feel about the world title thing that I just mentioned? Am I alone in thinking... it's nice for you to have the world title, but drop it around the Rumble so we can have the match with Cody, because that feels like the biggest match WWE can do in 2026.
That definitely feels like the biggest match right now. And I think I'd be well up for it in terms of a way of dropping it as well, in Elimination Chamber or something isn't exactly the worst. They could have put the belt on the line in Elimination Chamber before they could do it again.
Breaker would be an interesting test to see.
It feels like everything Punk's, not that this is exactly how it is, but it kind of feels like everything he's got in this run in WWE has kind of been consolation prizes. Almost. Yeah. Like the title run, the first one was obviously a Money in the Bank thing and part of a wider storyline. The second one is just because someone got injured and it's well, Punk's there, obviously, if you're going to pick anyone, of course you're going to pick CM Punk. I'm not, doubting that he's at the top of the card or anything.
He's gone close in the Rumble, he's gone close in the Chamber,
The main event of Mania wasn't really the main event, it was the main event of the first night. Can you really still claim that as the main event? Everything's, almost there, but not quite. So I feel one big push to be I want the belt, and I want to do it in the main event of Mania.
And I think that it's weird, the professionalism he's shown in the last 2 years of being with WWE indicates that, as he mentions, he's matured and he is in there for the long haul. He talked about wanting to, run NXT or something one day. There is a bit of me that also subscribes to the theory of them dangling the carrot of WWE Championship, night 2 main event of WrestleMania, big match, biggest match with Cody Rhodes, is also a reason of, be good because we've still got this. So it's if they do that, then what have they got?
The keys in his face, shiny.
But yeah, absolutely. I think that's the pinnacle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Punk, Cody, WWE Championship, night 2, WrestleMania, Las Vegas, and then they've got
it's
over
also
this.
Another stick it to AEW. It's the match they could never do.
I said, genuinely surprised they didn't do the Survivor Series thing. Oh look. Here's the 3 world champions in WWE.
Yeah.
It's Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, and Ricky Sainz. Where were they a few years ago? Can't remember.
In terms of the few times Punk and Cody have interacted as well, obviously there's...
it's white hot.
Been the bits with, friends, but the times they've come face to face have been, the crowd is electric and in that moment, and that build would be great.
A little moment with them in War Games. Just both walking in. I'm the champion. Well, I'm the champion.
Good stuff.
But then... The Rock's always there, isn't he? I love him.
But he's always there. Moving back to AEW, and they have some heavy interest in some indie standouts, apparently. So this is coming from Fightful Select. They are saying that Maya World and Kian are very heavily touted by AEW at the minute. Now, you may have recognized them because they did get a couple of matches on Collision. They got one match when Nixon Newell and Miranda Elise decided to not do a match on the night, so it was very, very last minute, and they stepped in at the last minute, and it was a little bit of a squash match, but it was like, it was what it was. It was them fixing it on the fly. And that ended up with them getting another match on Collision the week after. Another tag team match that was a bit longer, 8 minutes, and that was a direct result of how well they handled the first situation and sort of how well regarded that put them within AEW. So Shoma Slap's sources in AEW state that it's confirmed that they aren't signed just yet, but is claimed that the company has heavy interest in them, and the sources said that they wouldn't be surprised to see them under contract sooner rather than later.
Good for them. I didn't know a lot about them before the whole Collision stuff happened. But like you say, really made a good account of themselves, stepping up last minute.
Think about making the most of your moments.
Yeah.
Like, because you've got this random thing where you just randomly get a match on Collision. You're like, yep, well, I'm going to make the most of this.
It is a great example, not for them just to set, but also for like potential other talent of like, hey, look, these opportunities that AEW present to you, if you do well in them, contract could be coming for you, and that's
never know.
Really rewarding and what have you. Interesting that obviously like the whole Nixon and Miranda release thing was like, well, you know, we want to protect our brand and stuff, and it's like, so had they done the 3-minute match, would they've got the 8-minute match? Had they done that, would they get the contract? Would they be the ones getting the contracts now? But that's the way this business works, and congratulations to the two of them, because I think it's a really good example to set for the business.
Hell yeah.
I mean, not that AEW needs to sign anyone else, but they deserve it. So there you have it.
There you go.
Very quickly, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's been noticing what this is on my top lip before we wrap up. It's not a fashion statement as much as I'd like to think it is.
I think
it's not me trying to compete with Phil in the facial hair department. It is for Movember. The fight against prostate cancer is, of course, very close to my heart. If you want to donate for me looking this ridiculous, we've got, 10 more days, and if I hit my target...
What's your target?
I think 500. I've kept it reasonable, but we're getting there, and I'd love to raise even more, obviously. But if I hit that,
and for every 500 over his initial target, he'll keep it an extra month.
No.
So
I mean, I can promise that.
Guys,
you can have a word with my wife if you want to have that argument, Phil. But I will say this: that if I hit my target, I will come to work next Friday as Nigel Thornberry.
Yeah.
Done Chucky's dad last year. Was thinking about Dirty Dom. Then I thought I need to grow the hair out if I was going to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I hit the target, you'll see Nigel Thornberry on the news next Friday. Up to you, I suppose.
I mean, it's worth it just for that, guys.
Link on my socials at Adam Wilborn. He's at Phil My Chambers. But let us know your thoughts on everything we've discussed in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And while you're at it, why not check out this video right here? I have no idea what it is, Phil, but I'm sure it's great.
I imagine it is, yeah.
Bye.
Click, click, click.